And we live. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Watch all my reviews. This is your boy James. Where today I am here to give you my honest review while trying to wash my mouth. It's not gonna happen this video, but that's okay. We'll live to fight another day. Joining me is my co-host, Mrs. Best. Y'all say what's up to her.
Good morning. I will be off camera. I am in the bed, so I guess I should be off camera. I was gonna be on camera, but then I was like, nah. But I hope everybody likes, shares, subscribe, support James's channel. He's got some good shows coming back. He's got shows that he's covering now across multiple networks. So please subscribe.
Yes. Thank you so much. And while you're subscribing to me, please subscribe to Mrs. Best. Her information is here as well in my description box. Any reviews or recaps that y'all are looking for that I may not cover, it's more than likely we cover that. Lord, that was very loud. I'm telling y'all, living on the main street is not it. But anyways, any reviews or recaps that I do not cover on my channel, it's because we cover on Mrs. Best channel. We have Love and Hip Hop Miami. We're going to be diving into surviving Mormonism. And then we are going to finish out the last 5 episodes of Married at First Sight. That is going to be on her channel. It is definitely recaps and reviews that you guys do not want to miss because we are diving into that psychology of people and they fuck shit. So we want to make sure y'all are definitely there for Mrs. Best. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to her. So this is the Braxtons. I know y'all want me to break out a theme song. I know that was y'all favorite, but I don't feel like it today because they don't deserve a theme song after this boring ass episode. So I'm not going to talk about everything, y'all. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of y'all want me to go scene by scene. I'm not going to do it because there was nothing realistically that happened that I felt was worth talking about. Especially this opening scene at Tawanda's bridal shower. I did not realize it was going to be a co-ed bridal shower, so because the men ended up showing up, I thought some things you should keep tradition. I think a bridal shower is one of those things. It's different if it's a baby shower because, you know, it takes two to tango. With a bridal shower, y'all could easily say the next day y'all don't want to do this no more and just be done. So, and I think that she should take all the gifts. But I'm not for it being co-ed bridal showers. Stop. Mrs. Best, do you agree with that? Do you think a bridal shower should be co-ed, or do you think that should be traditionally kept just for the ladies?
It should be traditional if you're gonna do it. If you're gonna do it, just do it the traditional way. Traditionally, if you are getting married the second time, you still wear white. You wear off-white. Everything about this wedding said that she has pissed off the people who used to give her money, and that credit card account has likely been closed. And I don't care to. Here's the thing. I was talking to my friend Leona last night. She's a big Braxtons fan. I did not know this about her of this show. And she said something interesting to me. And she's a pretty cut and dry person, y'all. I'm not going to lie. James will tell you, it is what it is with her. But she made a comment about Tawanda that I think pretty much summed it up without like reading her for filth. She was like, if this lady say one more fucking time that she's engaged, and why the fuck am I watching people roll themselves around in toilet paper? We hate bridal showers. That's for the family. The bachelorette party's where the party's at. I was like, you know what? That is actually true. This friend that I spoke to about that is someone I've gone to a lot of bridal showers with and been bored because you could tell it's just where the families come together. It's usually separated. I don't care to watch this. It's not entertaining. And no bridal shower is really entertaining, as quiet as it's kept, but I really don't care to watch her wedding. I'm going to keep saying it every week. I'm sorry.
Well, because I feel the same. I feel like they're not giving me, I don't know what's missing. I don't know if it's
the sister drama out of this show and look at the star factor, which people used to speak about back in the day to be in the entertainment industry. Tawanda does not have it. Separate from any feelings we may have, separate from everything we know about her and her siblings, she doesn't have it. And I think when you take someone that's just not interesting enough to be in the limelight and put them in the limelight, you're going to bore people to pieces, to absolute pieces. I am shattered. Like, and
I,
it's not even nothing against Tawanda. She's talented. She is beautiful when she has hair. It's just I'm bored.
I am too, y'all. And this is a drag to have to come up here and recap this show. And since all of my shows are coming back, I almost want to drop this shit. I really do. But we're going to continue on. Trina, everyone is laughing at Trina's outfit. I didn't like it personally, but everyone else did. Um, Trina's nasty ass had to pee, and she ain't had no drawers on. So she decides to go out into the grass and pee. And I'm just like, Trina, out of all the times for you to be trifling, this is not one of those times that you should do this. Because I had so many questions and so many concerns that Tony's asked at the end of this episode. I just had so many like questions. I'm like, why? Why? I'm a man and probably it's easier for me to pee. I would never do that. Mainly because it's illegal. But that's neither here nor there. But anyways, that's pretty much it that happened with Tawanda's little bridal shower. As Mrs. Best said, they wrap ladies up in toilet tissue. It's it's a game I've always seen at a bridal shower. I've been to two, and they played it at both bridal showers that I've been to. And that was pretty much it. The men come out. Vaughn gives them trinkets of a Birkin.
Why the fuck were the men there? I'm sorry, Tawanda, your thirsty ass husband is not going to get his second shot at fame through this show because we don't like you. So off top by default, we really don't like him. He has to be on camera. Anything that Vaughn has to do with, I don't want to see. Vaughn needs to be on somebody's couch eating 7-layer dip and chicken wings while taking his heart pressure medication too late. That's what Vaughn should be doing. This is a regular guy who has lived his life. I don't want to see them. I just don't.
I just because you know what, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, oh boy, rubbed me the wrong way. Now that we know that Tamar put down Tawanda's down payment for the house, and we know that in today's time, that house is down in that man's name. It's kind of for me.
In the words of my friend Gio, he's a bum. He's a bum and a fossil.
I'll tell you, y'all have not been able to let that go since that man has said that.
I love him. That's my friend.
Anyways, y'all.
He will read somebody for filth unapologetically.
My man has no filter. I'm just gonna put that.
I love it.
My man has no filter. He gonna say what he be and be what he say, even including me. He does not care. He don't care if he hurt my feelings. He don't care about none of that. He have a rough exterior. I say that about my man all the time. He got a rough exterior, but he is the sweetest person ever. He really is. But anyways, let's move on. So we're gonna skip over a whole bunch of scenes. So Trina is a real estate agent now. Me and Mrs. Best were talking about this in text. It's like it is truly sad that she has not been able to make it in entertainment. Her album flopped. The Sister Circle show that she was only on that show the last season of the show, and then it got canceled. Then we had the whole what else? She tried to do something outside of that. It just, I guess,
to her music career, to the Trina.
I'm not mad for her for keep on keeping on. Like, I'm not mad at her to become a real estate agent at 50. That lets me know it's never too late. So I'm not mad at her for any of these things, and that's not shade to her age or anything. But
from Bell Collective, if she
yes,
be more likable and relevant. Like, nothing's wrong with having a million careers. Keep a job. That tells me Trina ain't the one that got credit card lines taking up 6 family lines with AT&T or Verizon. So hey, good for you, Trina.
I'm happy for Trina. I love that she never gives up. That's one thing I'm going to say about Trina. Trina never gives up. I just named about 6 different ventures that she has tried, and she's going to keep going and, until something sticks or until she, makes the money she needs to. And I'm not mad at her for that. I'm really not. I think that is commendable. And I think that anybody who thinks that it's too late to jump out of your regular job and try a venture, it is never too late. That's my message for this. And that's what Trina has shown me. And I love people who do this. She has one of her other realtor associates gives her, the listings for Phase on Love. She name drops him as being one of her clients. And I just said, ooh, Trina. And it might not be with the person you want to name drop. I'm pretty sure you got somebody else in the Rolodex. I'm pretty sure you do. But if you buy the house, fine. I guess the sale is a win, but I wouldn't have name dropped him. I just wouldn't have. Especially after all of the things that has been said about him recently. I would not have name dropped him. Mrs. Best, how do you feel about Trina's new real estate career and where that seems to be going in, her avenue? All right, Mrs. Best is not spoken, so we're gonna move on. So now we're gonna go ahead and talk about Tony. Tony has this really big Miami performance. I can't believe I actually did that because I actually love Miami, and I lived there for some time, so I actually enjoy it. But she has to do the show a little differently because, unfortunately, some of the background singers that she hired for the show were involved in Angie Stone's, incident, and unfortunately, they were not able to make the show. She does pay homage to Angie Stone, which I definitely feel is beautiful because I do miss Angie Stone. I love Angie Stone, so it was definitely sad. But she brings Trina out to the stage, and they sing "Breathe Again." Now we don't hear the music. But, she's glad that she was able to have at least one of her sisters on stage with her during that trying time because she was losing her voice and it was going to kind of get a little shaky. So she wanted to make sure that, she had one of her sisters help her until she recovered herself. How do you feel Toni Braxton's live performance went? Mrs. Beth.
I had to take a phone call. I'm sorry. What did you say?
This happened to purchase. How did you feel Tony's live performance went?
We didn't see it. They were real careful. I noticed this season to not let any music play or any because Tony don't own all her masters. But I'm sure Tony did fine. The Angie Stone grief feels disingenuous. I'm not saying she didn't know her and didn't feel anything, but felt like she was just trying to have a moment on stage. I don't know how we go from Angie Stone to Trina singing. I don't know. I'm not feeling Toni this season. I've never really cared for Toni on Braxton Family Values. Because she's not really been a part of the show much since season 3, in my opinion. Her career picked back up, but I don't know. She's not that interesting to me. I'd rather Toni just be the superstar that she is and let her sisters have the show. But that's hard because Tamar won't do it, and the ones that are left aren't interesting. But she performs. She performs well. It's very rare that people complain about her performances. I just don't like that she seemed disingenuous with the Angie Stone stuff. So I'll leave it there. This was a really whack episode. There's nothing.
Right. You guys see we struggling through this, right? Y'all see this, right? So for this, I want y'all to like the video, subscribe. All the people who watch that see us struggling with this, y'all like this video because this is hard. Like my notes are so slim on this, I can't even pick things up. So Toni arranges for Trina and Tawanda to be on this boat. And this is where they fill Toni in on, all the things that happened at the bridal shower. And, the captain tells them that unfortunately they cannot go out because it is hurricane season and they're not able to, sail. And Toni was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to make this up. So Trina brings up Mr. Chow's, which y'all know that is a restaurant that I have been dying to go to that I have never been to. So I am like, I'll mention Mr. Chow's one more time on the screen. But anyways, they laughed about, Trina's dress and the fact that Trina peed in the grass. And I'm like, y'all really don't have nothing. So they're trying not to bring up Tamar right now. That's what they were trying. It was very obvious that Toni wanted to bring this up at this point, but she didn't want to take away from Tawanda's moment, which in a sense, kind of glad that she did because we're going to talk about this at the end. Is there anything else you want to bring up? I didn't even bring up the fact that Evelyn and Tawanda surprised Trina at her office. I don't even care about
There's no, what's going on in my living room? Lord, my husband is fighting with the cat. Sorry. No. Here's the thing. Looking at that water and that wind, the fact that Tony tried to book a boat, that's how you know she don't live near no real water. Secondly, again, I didn't care for this scene. Without Tamar, you guys are missing so much. Without Tamar and Tracy, you don't have a show. You don't have a show. But a bitch that will admit and not deny to stealing and allowing her sister to pay her bills, but somehow accumulate so much hate because her sister exposes the fact that she pays your bills. They not gonna have common sense to see that, or have the common sense to realize maybe I should be actually kissing Tamar's ass so we can have a show. Because Tamar by herself, showing us her rehearsals and doing what she's doing, has been more interesting than anything that they are all showing us combined. Because Tony can't really show us much, and that's really a thing. If you look into her bankruptcy and lawsuits and stuff, like, she don't own and have the rights to everything the way we think that she does. That's why when she's showing herself rehearsing, we see the same damn song and dance over and over and over again. I don't know. The boat was the boat. Tony, you're a coward for an older sibling, though. I would be in every scene telling my siblings I was wrong to knuck up at Tamar, and that could have sent her over the edge. It doesn't excuse her behavior, but I'm the one that started that. But instead of doing that,
well, she did do it, but she didn't do it in a way like that, how you just explained it. She kind of did it because here's the thing.
Coward. I don't
this is where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the end. This is go to the end. So we have a split screen. We have Tamar telling her friend, because I don't care anymore. We have Tamar with her friend talking about the situation, and we have Tony, Trina, and Tawanda talking about it. And Tony mentions the wedding. She goes, "Oh my God, your wedding's coming up. Is Tamar coming?" And Tawanda said no. And I realized at this point, as the conversation was progressing, Tony and Tamar had talked and deaded it. Because it was nothing. Like, it was really like the beef should never happen between those two. And that's why I'm gonna bring up that Tony should never got out her seat. I don't care how mad she got. I think she was pushed to her end because she even said that that's something I should never do as an older sister.
Here's the thing. Tony has said that. She also, even in those scenes, one thing I will say is you did see her struggling to be Switzerland. Because Tamar would say something, and so that Tamar didn't feel ganged up on it, people would pay attention. Tony would be like, I do remember her saying that. No, you guys remember that is true. So she was trying to validate what Tamar was saying. The problem is that Tracy's not here. Tawanda tried to rewrite the narrative, and that's why you're seeing so many memes and TikToks and YouTubes and channels dedicated to digging up old stuff from the Braxtons, because Tawanda is trying to make it seem as if Tracy had a problem with Tamar. Tracy had probably less than a handful of problems that were serious with Tamar. For the most part, it was big sister, little sister banter. But Tawanda is the one who Tracy did not trust. Tawanda is the one who's always at the center of stirring the pot. Tawanda's also always the one that somebody in the family's having to take care of who never actually grew up. Like, so I just feel like Tony needs to hold Tawanda accountable, specifically Tawanda, because I think Trina's a follower and just goes along wherever and gets.
I get that vibe from her as well.
Trina's the type, especially with how she handled Gabe and Ashley, where is my man? She not worried about nothing else. Don't matter if the kids like him or not. Nothing else matters. So Trina gets in her own world, but she's just a little dingy. We know that about Trina. But the rest of them, Tawanda, she's always stirring the pot, and it seems like she wants people to side with her, and she kind of gives the dynamic of the one who puts the energy of we need to gang up on this one person to show them that they're wrong, which never works.
Yeah, because it is. Here's the thing, and I tell everybody this all the time. My mom is the baby. So, and my mom acts exactly like this. My mom is loud, obnoxious. My mom would rather fight than walk away. That's just how it is. My mom is not one of those people. So the reason why I'm not always caping up for Tamar, but I understand Tamar's position being the oldest child of the youngest sibling of her own tree. Like I understand that, they do pick at Tamar. They do gaslight her. They do because they know, and see, this is the thing. That old shit does not work where y'all can antagonize her or gaslight her act out, and then y'all can point the finger and say, look, she's trouble. Look, she's this, she's that. It doesn't work anymore. And I think that that's what's going on here. So when you hear Tawanda say, I don't have space anymore. I don't want people like that in my life. It's not only saying that, it's saying that her antics, the fans are not going to rally behind you anymore with pointing the finger at Tamar saying she's too much. Older people will, because they look at, and I'm going to say this my Bell Collective Live, I'm not going to really speak on this too much here. They are more mad at the messenger than they are the message. And I do not like people like that because the message is still valid. Someone sent her a cease and desist to stop her business and stop her checks from coming in. The same checks that you benefited from when she put down your down payment and was paying a cell phone bill for 4 years. So at the same time, yeah, you can point the finger and she could be loud and obnoxious and you may not like what she has to say, but at the same time, it is valid because you once took money from her in more ways than one. So that's why I don't like that.
To add that the people who are still committed to being upset with Tamar are like, your sisters didn't do it. The lawyer, the unprofessional attorney, Antavius, I'm sorry, I would never hire him. That's messy. That's messy. Because why are you doing lives with your frat boys talking about your clients? In what way is that professional? If you are a case manager, unprofessional. If you're a clinical case manager or work in healthcare like myself, unprofessional. If you're PI, unprofessional. Like professionalism is a thing and exists for a reason. But I say that to say it just doesn't make any sense for people to feel like, okay, the sisters didn't hire the family attorney. This is a family attorney that they all share. I get the feeling that Tamar and Tony have been funding the family. So that's probably why she feels like her sisters have something to do with it. Because one, there's the address. Two, I don't feel like Michael Braxton, the other one, Mikey, whatever he goes by, who did do the cease and desist, like, I don't feel like he got the money to just call up Antavius and pay him what he needs to pay him. But I feel like the family may like have some sort of like retainer, because we have attorneys in my family. And I just know that the family that I don't really talk to them, but they have like everybody will put in on a retainer so that there's a attorney available for the family members that are like up there and have something to protect. So I'm like, maybe it was something like that with their family, but either way, somebody in the family has her fucked up and everybody's okay with that just because y'all don't like her. Which shows Tamar there's no loyalty, which shows her she cannot trust you guys. And so to continue to expect for her to do a show, because I have a feeling the show will get canceled if Tamar doesn't come back. And then Tawanda's going to be like, well, you guys have to talk to her about that. Bitch.
I want Tamar not to come back. Or if Tamar does come back, I want her to have her own show.
I feel the same.
I don't want Tamar to come back. So when she's in her scene saying that she's tired of having to be the one to make up with her sisters and be the one that has to come and save them all the time, I felt her on that. So when she's telling her friend, look, I don't want to do this, because he's trying to say you need to make up with your sister. And Tamar's like, no, I am tired because I'm always the one that has to make up with them. I'm always the one that has to do this. And when I'm listening to her saying this, I hear my mom, because that's exactly my mom. My mom, everyone puts the pressure on her to make up with her siblings, to make up when something goes awry, because she's the youngest and she has to be the one to come around. But then also she's the one that picks up where everybody lacks. So that's the same thing with Tamar. So when she was saying that, I heard my mom's voice. Like, it was so crazy to me. I was like, damn, like I totally can resonate. That's why I said it's not, I get she's loud. I get she's obnoxious. I get all of that, y'all. I do. But at the same time, I see the message very clear, and I see what's going on too. I see 2 out of the 5 siblings that are current here trying to make it hard for her because she recognized something that was inappropriate going on with her niece at the time that she was not able to speak on her own situation. She is triggered. And I think that a lot of people are not recognizing that because of how obnoxious she is and thinking that she's using her niece as some sort of, aha moment or a wow factor for the show. And really, it wasn't about that. It was a chance for her niece to reach out and touch people in the same way that she couldn't.
Her niece has no contact with anyone in the family outside of Evelyn and Tamar. That says a lot. So regardless of how people feel about the niece coming on the show, when the cameras are not filming, she is not talking to any of her aunts other than Tamar. So that tells me that for Tamar, some stuff does come before the money. Some stuff does come before the fame. It tells me she has some sort of morals and that she has some sort of ethics that she's following in spite of all that's happening. And in my experience working with people who struggle with mental health issues and have had attempts at unaliving themselves, such as Tamar, they're often the people who have the biggest hearts, the largest amounts of empathy. They are the best people, the most loyal people. And it's sad, but this family, Tamar needs to listen to the friend's advice part where he said, love them from a distance. Like, love them from a distance. Because that man said that to her a couple of times. And she says that she struggles with that because everybody judges her for it, which I think anybody can resonate with, but love from a distance. Did James drop out of his own live? Oh my God. Now I'm not in the live. That is crazy.
Oh, Lord. I would have an outage right when you would get to your point.
No, it's okay. I was just like, what happened? I said, how I get left here?
No, y'all, I am so sorry. I had an outage, like there was literally 2 seconds, and I'm like, God damn it would happen right now. So I had to hurry up and but yeah, that was pretty much the Braxton. Sorry I had to leave for a second and then come right back. But that was pretty much it, y'all. There was nothing else that that was it. Cancel the show, WeTV. We don't want it no more. That's how I feel. I feel like there's nothing else that they can do. I feel like there's nothing else they can give us. We have the main person who I feel like it was the reason why they even want to take a chance with the show in the first place. Cancel the show. Pull the plug. I don't even want to see nothing more. And I feel like Tamar, I know you're probably not watching me, but don't come back. Or if you do come back, advocate for your own show.
Did you notice in the credits they have her listed? They have executive producers, and you see Tony Braxton, Evelyn Braxton, Trina Braxton, Tawanda Braxton. Then in a separate one, executive producer, Tamar Braxton.
Yes, it's Tamar Braxton Productions. Her company is the reason why this show is even airing.
Oh Lord.
Right. It's crazy. I want them to cancel the show. I really do, because this is not the Braxton. I don't want this to be the Braxton legacy that shows up. I want Braxton family values, which we actually saw. Yes, there was drama. Yes, but there was also signature moments as well. We saw them singing together. They haven't sung together yet. So yeah, I'm over this show. I really am. I'm cannot wait for the season finale of this shit, because it is terrible. But that's it, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry it was a short video. I almost didn't want to do this, but I'm here. I did it. We done. Our next video will be Bell Collective. And then from there, the next time we'll be on my channel will be tomorrow for Love and Marriage Huntsville, because I heard it came back. I have not seen it yet. My DVR did not record it, so I don't know what's going on, but we will see. But thank you guys so much. I will see you guys on the next recap. Bye-bye.